At the same time, we did have some reporters on the ground with our affiliate Status Quo at I think it was at the Obama-Biden rally in Pennsylvania, and then also outside of the Trump rally in Pennsylvania. A lot of folks flooding the zone in Pennsylvania. They talked to some of the voters there about how they're thinking about this election, what issues are top of mind for them. Let's take a listen.
Why I'm voting is because I'm tired of the lies. The Republican Party feel that they can get away with crime and lie. Mr. Oz is a hypocrite, he's a coward, and he's a liar. No doctor talks about a stroke victim. You don't use a stroke victim for leverage. He called Fetterman for tax fraud, but he's kissing Trump's butt, who's under indictment for taxes. He's a coward because he's going to the Senate to help McConnell and Trump. He's not his own man. And he's a pathological liar for what he did with the diet supplements and the opioids. He only spent 5 minutes here to sign a thing that said that he's living with his mother. Really? There is no GOP in this state that could have represented Pennsylvania. They had to go to New Jersey. Come on, be serious. Be serious. Veterans are for Fetterman, Shapiro, Summerlee, Deluzio, and I'm an independent voter. And I will never vote for another Republican after January 6th, and that's a fact.
What is your top issue when you're making your decision on the vote right now?
The border.
The border?
Inflation.
Everything.
Border and inflation.
Border and inflation. Okay, gotcha. What do you think Republicans are going to do to solve inflation that's kind of making you lean towards them versus any Democrat candidate?
I don't have the slightest idea what they'll do.
Dave, he knows more than there's a lot of things they could do. First of all, there's money that's being spent that doesn't have to be spent. And granted, everybody should have a fair share, but there's liquidities that can be sold off, which we don't need. Right. And the big thing about that is once you start, the whole thing is once you have to pull the inflation back, but you can't do it without dropping the bottom out of the market. You drop the bottom out of the market, we're back to 1929. Right. So once that, it's going to have to be a slow process. It can be done, but you got to just say, that's it, we're done spending.
And Saagar, I think in those couple of interviews, you see exactly what we're talking about. The person who's going to vote for the Democrats, what's he talking about? Oz's specific character
He clearly is very
traits.
into the news too.
Yeah,
you know? yeah. Also, I love how he says he's independent. I'm like, bro, you're not. Like, here's the thing, it's fine. I enjoy seeing the way that people conceive of themselves.
Yeah, but so you see the character traits of Oz are what he's focused on, and then when you talk to the ones outside the Trump rally who are all voting for the Republicans, they're focused on it's inflation, it's the border, and it also shows you like. Republicans don't even really have to have an answer of what they would do about inflation. When you're the party that's in opposition, all you have to say is like, the Democrats are in control and things aren't going well.
Yeah, they're just pissed off. Exactly.
Right. So, it's incumbent on the Democrats to be able to explain like, okay, here's why and here's what we'll do and here's why it'll be different next time. The Republicans really can just say like inflation, inflation, inflation without having any plan, and it's sufficient.
I completely agree. It was a good illustration too. Philadelphia, the rally that's happening, that's exactly what they're going to try and recreate the story of 2020, driving out a ton of vote in the city of Philly and in the mainline suburbs. And of course, Western PA, Bucks County as well, which is just on fire. You have all three presidents which were in the state basically in the same weekend, which is kind of crazy whenever you consider.
I think Bernie was out there too.
Bernie was out there. Everybody was in Pennsylvania, which is fun because it's like a preview also of 2024. And I think it does just show you the changing electorate, where the polls are trending. And it just shows like within those two things, you got an illustration of exactly how a lot of people are thinking. So I like listening to actual voters.
Yes, indeed. Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.